guys my winch. We're going to show you something on video. We're going to be moving that thing in a minute. And I'll show you guys what the concrete I got. But tomorrow it's coming new the way. I'm shouting out to all the people out here. Especially Liz, 390 Wagon Master, 2112. Shouts out to Dirty Diaper 21, UDX 21, and all the UDX members out. So shout out to Liz, shout out to Melissa, and shout out to my 1111 who, because I know who 1111 is. So, and a shout out to people out here who's watching this video. So this is the stuff I got today. I know it's rainy today, but tomorrow I hope to get that mega mount antenna this week. And we're going to be mostly, these are 5/8 bolts. That's what it says in the instructions when I read it. It's actually going to go into these holes here and then back there. So I'll show you the board I got today. We got some mule tape on it right now. So I'm going to be rolling it into the pin. This is one of the heaviest boards. This is an 8x8, I think 8x6. I'm rolling it with my dad's old dolly. He's dad down in North Florida. This is his original one back in North Florida, back in for 13 years. This was one of his original ones. We used to haul stuff like this back in South Florida, but mostly this was in North Florida, this one was. I used this on the farm a long time ago. So I put some Kevlar tape, you know what that is, mule tape, and I'll show you what it is. You guys know what it is. I think it's in this bag here. Not here, you guys can see it, it's like ribbon. We're good. This is the boat crank. I'll show you guys in a sec what it is. Because you release this valve here and it makes it move. We'll show you a little bit more of it. So it works good. We're going to be bolting that thing on there with the wrench. I might have to remove this. This will pop out. And I'm showing that to you out there. This is where it's going to go in here. And it's actually going to go on that board. But right now, I also got something for it. I haven't had one of these for a long time. My dad used to do a lot of post hole digging, and here we go. This is the thing we got. We got some still left over. The other stuff is going to use the same stuff. Most is 1,000 pounds. But you can get this on the internet the way you want it. The highest they make is 2,000 pounds. This is a 1,500 pounds, I think it is. The 1,800 pound test. You can see it there. 1,800. That's 1,800 pounds. And so one is extra 1,000 pounds. That's most of our guide wire is going to be like that with mule tape. And we're still doing the rotor here. You understand my situation I've been doing. I'll tell you guys in a minute when we go out there when we roll this in a minute. RC codes it's here. So this rotor is going to do good. And I'll shout out to that. So RC code to everybody out there. So I got that big 4x4. This thing is very heavy and I can't lift this thing. But I got it off the thing with my mother. We paid at least almost $30 for this thing. About $32. Because it's an 8x8. It'll fit that thing on the top of it. Pretty good. I'll show you guys what it looks like here I got. So we're going to get some 50 bags of concrete for those things. We'll try it out. This is the thing I got. I haven't had one of these since Utah. That's why I need a post hole digger. I'm just using an axe, but we'll still use the axe to dig it out. But this should be able to help me out. You guys know what that is. Post hole digger. It's a good one from Lowe's. I know it's like $30. They used to cost that, but they got like bolts and it's got pretty cool things. The old ones had wood that broke off. I used to have one of these back in Utah. So this will do good for things I want. And I used to do a lot of post hogging back in the day. And I'm sorry guys out there, but that quick concrete's going to be okay. But we can't do this until these tropical systems. But I was looking at something on the radars for you guys who are going through hurricanes in a few days. This thing, like you guys have been watching on that. They're talking about the Florida Panhandle is going to get hit hurricane or North Florida, but it's going to go up to where JT's at in South Carolina. Haneen, so you guys got to watch this one. So we got some mule tape tight. I'm going to lift this up, wheel this in here, show you guys I can do this. And we're going to be wheeling. This is my old rod pole I was using. Maybe we'll use it for something else. I was painting that. This is the hole I've been digging. We're almost about a foot in the ground. I gotta go at least 2 foot, maybe 3. But that's an 8-foot beam we're looking at. And we're trying to crank this up. So I had to dig this with a hose digger. Hope it gets dry up soon, but it'll be easy. So I'll show you guys when we roll this thing on it. But I'm gonna lift it up, put a little camera on it. So this is where it's gonna go right here. We're gonna do that right now. We'll do a little ride. We can lift up and move it either way. This thing's very heavy. Hope we don't hit any bumps that fall down. I got steady hand. With one hand I'm holding this. Make sure I don't get any hit. But I want to keep this on for days until we get it in there. We'll put this down for a minute. Be okay. Oh, we don't want to fall down the ground. We want to level on the ground here. It can still tip. That's the bad point. We'll straighten it out. It's not going to fall down now. So yeah, I got to put it on level. That's why you got to be careful with this, but it's a dolly. So we're good. We'll just take this off when we get time. But this thing's going to do good. See, if you keep it level balanced, you won't get it on your leg here. So that's what's holding the leverage. So what we do, this thing will be fine. We just cover this up with a tarp or either way. And this thing's great. You can put it back on there if you want. This will slide in a hole if you push it backwards. And you can get it up, but you have to push. So this is where the thing is going to go on this thing. Before we do this, we'll attach this. We have to paint this pole. But the bad point, you have to stand it up when you paint this. But I'd rather paint it on the ground and flip it over every few days. And then we'll put the winch on the system. We'll show you it will fit. It should be able to fit the way we want it. So let me go get the winch and show you what it looks like. Be right back in a second. And we'll do it and see what it does. So we're going to fit the winch on it to give us an idea. But it's a very heavy pole. I had to make sure it's very heavy duty. But this is kind of what my dad used to build porches with. It's the same on my back porch as what they are. They're the same size of the ones on the porch. You see the big things like this, that's what they are. It's pretty old. But I had to take 2 guys to lift that for me. I couldn't lift that thing by myself. So let's take the winch out here and see what it looks like. We only put that on last when we paint that, and we'll show you what it looks like. But I want to get at least 3 foot in the ground. Maybe that'll give me at least 4 feet of height. But if you put 2 foot in the ground, it'll be at least maybe about. But it's big, but it's not like 5-10 bags concrete with the big one I did. As you guys know, this pole is in the ground. This thing's ready to go. But when we do that, I needed some good weather after this, but we definitely see it is going to fit, guys. It is going to do what I wanted to do. That is perfect. And the winch should be able to hit that, but we'll see what it does. Let me take a look in a second. Let's see. Yeah, that's right, it'll do. That's what I wanted to do. So I moved it just like that. But it'll definitely do it. It's actually going to fit all the 3 holes in it. You guys see that? And the back side is perfect, it looks like. Pretty good. Pretty good. You guys can see the little long thing in there. You see the long thing? That's where we're going to fit it. But we're going to do it when we stand it up. It's going to do awesome. So I put this back on here. Alright. We're not going to do it like that, but it's a, I'll tell you what it is. I'll show you where we got it from. Now I need to look at the tag. You probably can't see it, but I'll tell you what it is. The tag that shows it's what is it called? It is a 3.5 something. General use. It's let me see. It's mostly we're looking at I think it's 5x5s. Yeah, 5x5s. 5x5 type wood, not a 2x4. It's a 5x4, I think it is. It is 5x5 inches, 5x5, something like that. 8 foot long. But yeah, it's a 5x5. It's going to take a lot to paint this sucker. But this wood is very heavy. It can't take one person to lift it. If you put it on a dolly thing, you can move it like a wheel down there, no problem. So this was the old board that was on there for years. When I put it on this pole here, I was going to use this to jack it up with that, but we'll probably use it for something else. And we'll probably have to tie one of these when we jack it up. Before I do, I have to drill this first and line this position to the north with the rotor. That's what we do. Before we do that, we'll just lay this on the ground, and that mast you've seen on there with the rotor, we have to line it up on the ground or something like that. Then we aim the rotor on north on the marker with the string. We're not going to lift that up until we do that. And then we'll put that on the ladder. We'll put it on that silver ladder I use. And we'll just attach that 3-foot pipe I have here with the beam antenna. So yeah, right now we have a little drizzle and rain today, but that took a lot of might to lift that. I'll have to get it off that dolly and lay it on the ground. We could lift it up in the air when we do it. I'll have to probably get it really close to where I'm at right there, and we'll do it again. But that dolly did help. So you guys give me some good advice. And we're going to put the beam antenna on this hole, and this will attach to the rotor. So everything's good. So we'll make sure this thing's sealed with the water. So it's a little drippy, it's alright, but the coax is not going to get any water inside of it. It'll be okay. So we'll make sure I'll do that later. So everything's good. And my magnet mount antenna is coming tomorrow. The magnet mount is going to go on that cat tool coil twin. I'll show what it looks like. We had to clean it up, and I'll show what the adapter looks like, but we're going to attach it tomorrow or the next day when we get time. So these guys are going to line up here either way. So these are about 3 foot tall. I'm trying to get it almost 4 foot tall. Will be almost right here, about 5 foot, or right here. It'll jack it up. We're probably going to use some of this piece of mule tape when we do it. And then we'll do something like that. And I put a warning sticker on that. I dig this out with that pitchfork, with that mining axe, that's what I'm saying. So I had to get this so it's going to be much stronger. We're going to paint this whole board to make it last longer. But I couldn't do it with this. This thing would have snapped. But we'll probably use some kind of mounting thing with this thing or something. We'll have to think of an idea, or use it for something else. But we'll paint this all black. Then we had to lower the Mako E5000 before we jack the antenna up. That's what I'm saying. We'll have to lower it down to take the third ratio off. You guys know what it is. Because it's going to come close to the trash cans out here. That's what I'm saying. Today's a Sunday. And that's what I'm saying. So I'm showing to all the people who can see this video. So we have to take this off here to raise the antenna pass through that area. And put the large beam that direction, downward side like this. Not like this side like this. Not like this. More like this, with the thing spec out. The big ratio will go right here. That'll be like 19 foot on both sides, but it'll be like 9 foot to the bottom to the top like this, like that. Then it raises up like that, and you do it. You get the idea. But this is a miniature beam, still doing good, so we're alright. And we'll put the guide wires on it, which I have them. They're going to be like those mule tapes you saw, the white rope, but they're all black, and one is pottery type rope, which I got a few of those. We have to attach between the lower and the bottom, then put some duct tape on them, not big long tape, just thin electric tape, then put it on there, and when it's dry, then when the day you want to do it, you pull the string, it'll pull the tape right off when it does it when it's mid-air. So that technique will work. You don't understand a lot of techniques I've done with this to get my makeup up there and all this. But this has got some G well. We're going to knock it down this way. Then we'll drill the holes to that top part to get that 60 foot we want. It'll be 57 feet on the ground, but that little 3-foot rod with the one with the rotor, we'll put the bolts in with the clamps, which they have them, and I cut those bolts down to 2 inches. I had to saw them down because the ones that you get them come with, I had to saw them down with hacksaw to get them down 2 inches to fit that mass, the thin mass you guys saw the video I showed you when I was looking at the RC Cola. So that's where it's got attached. So it should be able to work. How I did that, I used the star nut and the bolt on the top. When it tightened up to that point, then when I pointed down where below that, where it lined up the clamp, that's how I did that and marked it. Then we used this little vice thing, blue thing I have, where it holds the bolt in, and to saw it off. But this winch is pretty good. I'll show you guys the quality of it. We're going to probably put some bearing grease in, but this is the one from Harbor Freight, the spring locks action. As long as you don't hit that spring, you're okay. And you can actually loosen it up like this, and it'll do that when you have to pull this out. It'll lower itself like this. You have to pull this out when you do it. And it's pretty good. We could always clamp it to the top or the bottom, but it'll be okay. Yeah, that's what we want. But the way you do it, just pop it up, it'll be okay. It'll kick back in. And we'll just rearrange it. It should be alright. But this thing is going to be okay. It's okay. And let's see. Let me get it out. It's those things they use on boat winches. That's what they are. And we'll put it up there. Just a second. Hold you guys, take a look at this thing. I see it great. We'll get it all loosened in a second. There it goes. There it goes. We gotta loosen. There we go. I got it loose. There it goes. There it goes. It should be able to come out easily. That's all right. It won't jam in the wheel. Right. That should be on the safe side, right? If I'm doing it right. It'll on the winch itself. It'll be okay on the rails. It shouldn't be that bad. As long as it doesn't get in that thing and jams, it'll be okay. And it'll come out like that. But you have to pull it out. And that's the only thing will lower it down. Then you can lock it in like this. Then you can crank it back up. Oh, that's cool. It winches like that. It does that. There's like 3 positions. You gotta pull it back like that. It'll be okay. And we'll figure out how we play, and we're going to practice with it before we do any raising. You have to practice it before you do it. Then, let's see. It's hard to do it with one hand, but yeah. It don't wind, so that's good. Oh, I gotta do it the other way. Okay, I see what I did wrong. Okay. See, you do it like this, it unwinds. There's like 3 positions in it. Cool. Yeah, you can even do it without the... But it does like when you unwind. This is like the loose mode. You can do it without that. But this actually cranks it up. Like this. Let's see. There it goes. It winds back up. You guys can see it moving. It's got 4 positions in this thing. It's really amazing. And you can go all the way back that way, just like that. You guys will see it. You can go all the way like this. This goes all the way back like that. It just unwinds like that. That's pretty good. Yeah, it'll do that when it makes that noise. That's how you unwind it. There it goes. It's like a boat winch. That's what it is. It's going to do okay. And most of the pole's going to pull down itself. Then you can lock it in position. And it's going to go back up. So I'll show you guys in a minute. It's going to be alright, but we'll have to take this off. So we bolt these things down when we use a wrench. And that's how we do it. I'm going to put it on this thing. So I'm going to give you guys an update. We had some rain a while ago. So we'll probably get some next week. We definitely need the rain for that tropical system, but they're showing prediction forecasters. I'll tell you, if anybody lives down there, especially I know my 1111 lives down there, they're showing how neat prediction. You can't predict the radar, but they're talking about it's going to develop over the Cayman Islands and all the Caribbean. But I guess you didn't see the video on that. There was a guy in Orlando, Florida, that puts it on this on YouTube channel. He does this for the Caribbean once in a while, and especially in Melissa and all the and those other people down there, down south, my other people out there, and people who are in that area where people have C radios down there. Make sure you guys get your towers tightened up during next week when the Halloween comes in. It's going to hit somewhere between the Mississippi Gulf Coast, between the Florida Panhandle, like the Apalachicola, Tallahassee area, somewhere near there, or near Panama City or Pensacola. Then, or it's going to hit between the Big Bend. They're showing like these forecasts. You should see this. It's a guessing game. It's saying 10 days out, but it's supposed to be by Thursday to hit one of those areas, even including the Big Bend area of Florida. It'll be like an eye of a hurricane. It's showing prediction on the radar. It's going to go right through across north central Florida, right into Jacksonville, Gainesville. Then it's going to go right over near South Carolina when it dissipates and it's going to have more rain. That's what it's showing prediction radar. And I think it's going to be, because some of these radars are right. And when they get like a one-day, a couple-hour radar, when they show on the radar, it's usually right, pretty good. So that's good. We got the winch ready to go. This is UDX 362, East Tennessee. So good luck on that. We'll keep an eye on that high lean for you all out there. So I'll catch you all later.